Imagine a time not so long ago when your phone wasn't in your pocket, but a wooden box hanging on the wall. A time when conversations were deliberate, connections were cherished, and the world felt a whole lot bigger. And sending a message overseas wasn't a matter of seconds, but meant waiting weeks, even months, for a boat to cross vast oceans, carrying precious letters and news. Communication was slow, unreliable, and limited by geography. But even then, some dreamers, visionaries, and perhaps a few madmen looked up at the seemingly infinite sky and thought, what if we could put our own moon up there? Not a natural satellite, but a manufactured one. A machine, a technological marvel to bounce our messages around the world instantaneously, bridging continents and cultures with the speed of light. Enter Arthur C. Clarke, the celebrated sci-fi author and a true visionary of his time, a man who dared to dream beyond the limitations of the present. In 1945, he proposed a revolutionary idea, placing satellites in geostationary orbit, acting as global relays, capable of transmitting signals across vast distances, a concept that would forever change the landscape of communication. Of course, most people, including many scientists, dismissed it as wild fantasy, pure science fiction, something confined to the pages of pulp magazines. But for some, the seed was planted, the idea stuck, and began to germinate in the minds of engineers and innovators. The looming shadow of the Cold War soon turned this seemingly impossible dream into a high-stakes race between superpowers. Both the United States and the Soviet Union were desperate to prove their technological might, pouring resources into research and development. Suddenly, launching something, anything, into orbit wasn't just the realm of sci-fi novels and fantastical imaginings. It became a national obsession, a symbol of progress, and a crucial battleground in the ideological war. The world was on the cusp of a revolution in communication, a transformation that would shrink distances and connect people in ways previously unimaginable. And the only question that remained, hanging heavy in the air, was, who would get there first? Who would unlock the secrets of space and usher in this new era of global connectivity? Spoiler alert. The answer to that question would fundamentally change everything about how we communicate, connect, and experience the world around us. October 4th, 1957. A seemingly ordinary date, yet one that would forever be etched in the annals of history. The Soviet Union launches Sputnik 1, a moment that reverberated around the globe, marking a pivotal point in the Cold War and the dawn of the space age. It was a simple metal sphere, a humble piece of technology that did little more than emit a repetitive beep as it gracefully orbited Earth. Its purpose seemed almost trivial, yet its impact was anything but. But that seemingly innocuous beep sent shockwaves of both fear and fascination through America, a nation accustomed to technological superiority. It was undeniable proof that the Soviets had not only matched, but potentially surpassed American technological prowess, demonstrating they could reach space, and the unsettling implication that they could perhaps reach anywhere else on Earth. The Sputnik crisis wasn't just a news event, it sparked widespread panic and a deep sense of national insecurity. Headlines screamed of a technological gap, of a potential Soviet advantage, fueling the anxieties of a nation already on edge during the Cold War. The launch triggered a scramble for answers, a frantic search for solutions to regain the perceived lost ground in the burgeoning space race. In response, Congress acted swiftly, creating NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, to consolidate and accelerate American space efforts. Recognizing the need for a more technically skilled workforce, schools across the nation doubled down on science and math education, investing in the future generation of engineers and scientists. Sputnik wasn't about improving TV reception or making phone calls easier. Its significance went far beyond mere communication. It was a potent symbol, representing a shift in the global balance of power and the potential for technological dominance. It was a flex of Soviet technological muscle, a clear demonstration of their capabilities on the world stage, and a stark warning to the United States and the rest of the world about the rapidly changing landscape of global power. It proved beyond any doubt that humanity could overcome the Earth's gravitational pull and put things, artificial objects, into the vast expanse of space. And more importantly, that we could keep them there, orbiting our planet, opening up a new frontier for exploration and technological advancement. That simple, repetitive beep wasn't just noise. It was the first man-made signal transmitted from orbit, a faint yet powerful testament to human ingenuity. It marked the definitive start of a new era, the dawn of the space age, a period of unprecedented technological progress and exploration. The Cold War, previously confined to terrestrial battlegrounds, had officially gone orbital, extending the ideological struggle into the cosmos, and the world, captivated and concerned, was listening intently, hanging on every beep, every update, every development in this new space race. More than just fear and geopolitical maneuvering, Sputnik opened the door to the satellite age, paving the way for advancements in communication, navigation, and countless other fields. Arthur C. Clarke's once considered wild and fantastical idea of using satellites for global communication was suddenly undeniably real, transforming science fiction into tangible reality. The race for space and, crucially, the race for global communication and technological supremacy was officially on, a competition that would shape the course of the 20th century and beyond. After Sputnik, America launched Explorer 1, but the real breakthrough was Telstar 1 in 1962. Telstar was the first active communications satellite, relaying signals across the Atlantic. Engineers in Maine sent a signal to France, a grainy image of the American flag. For the first time, live TV crossed oceans in real time. Soon, viewers in Europe and America watched each other's news, sports, and culture as it happened. Telstar's life was short, but its impact was huge. It proved satellites could connect continents instantly. The world suddenly felt smaller, and the global village was born. Telstar paved the way for a constellation of satellites, and for a world where distance no longer mattered. The age of global live television had begun. After Telstar, satellites multiplied bigger, stronger, and able to handle more data. Suddenly, news, phone calls, and even weather forecasts became global and immediate. The Vietnam War was the first television war, beamed into homes by satellite. Weather satellites revolutionized forecasting, saving lives with early warnings. Businesses connected worldwide, and even rural homes sprouted satellite dishes. Satellites quietly became part of daily life, shrinking the world and connecting us all. The revolution was no longer loud, it was everywhere. Satellites weren't just for talking, they became our guides. The US military built GPS, a constellation of satellites broadcasting precise location and time. After a tragic airline disaster, GPS was opened to civilians. In 2000, accuracy improved dramatically, and GPS exploded into everyday life. Now, GPS powers everything: navigation, deliveries, farming, banking, and more. What started as a Cold War tool became an invisible utility guiding our every move. From finding coffee to tracking shipments, GPS is the silent engine of the modern world. Satellites don't just connect us, they show us where we are. The internet was once limited by cables, leaving remote areas offline. Early satellite internet was slow and laggy, but new ideas changed everything. Enter low Earth orbit, LEO constellations, thousands of small satellites much closer to Earth. Companies like SpaceX's Starlink launched swarms of satellites, slashing latency and boosting speeds. Now high-speed internet reaches farms, villages, and research stations worldwide. It's not just about streaming. Satellite internet enables education, telemedicine, and opportunity everywhere. The dream of a truly global internet is finally real. A swarm of tiny satellites is bringing the world online. The digital divide is closing, one orbit at a time. Today's satellites are more than beeping balls, they're high-speed, high-tech data hubs. Lasers now link satellites directly, creating a fast, secure space network. Satellites are powerful computers monitoring Earth's climate, crops, and even methane leaks. They're our eyes on the planet and our messengers to the stars. Space telescopes and Mars rovers rely on satellite relays to send back discoveries. Public agencies and private companies drive innovation, making space busier and more accessible. Satellites now power everything from in-flight Wi-Fi to environmental monitoring. The sky is a bustling, invisible infrastructure for science, business, and daily life. The satellite hustle is only getting bigger. The future is crowded with tiny, smart satellites called CubeSats and SmallSats. Now, universities and startups can launch their own missions, democratizing space. These swarms will power the Internet of Things, connecting everything from tractors to shipping containers. Even your toaster might get updates from space. Space tourism is coming. Future travelers will rely on satellite Wi-Fi to share their adventures. But more satellites mean more space junk, and managing debris is a growing challenge. The future of satellite communication depends on keeping orbit clean. The sky's the limit if we don't turn it into a junkyard. From the boundless realms of sci-fi dreams where imagination soared beyond the clouds, envisioning futures once deemed impossible. These visions, fueled by creativity and a thirst for the unknown, have gradually materialized into tangible realities that shape our modern world, to a sky now teeming with silent, watchful robots, a network of artificial eyes constantly observing and connecting us all. These satellites, once mere concepts in science fiction, have become the unsung heroes of our interconnected existence, silently weaving a web of communication that spans the globe. Satellites have effectively erased the barriers of distance, shrinking our planet and fostering a sense of global community. They've woven an intricate web of connectivity, binding humanity together in ways previously unimaginable, allowing for the instantaneous exchange of information and ideas across continents. Oceans and towering mountain ranges, once formidable obstacles that isolated communities and hindered progress, no longer separate us in the digital age. The geographical constraints that defined our past are now easily overcome by the power of satellite communication. Signals beamed down from space, invisible yet ever-present, unite us instantly, transcending geographical boundaries and cultural differences. These signals carry with them the potential for collaboration, understanding, and shared progress on a global scale. In the face of devastating disasters, satellites act as lifelines, linking first responders with those in need and reconnecting families torn apart by tragedy. They provide crucial communication channels when terrestrial infrastructure fails, ensuring that help can reach those who need it most. In times of social and political unrest, satellites empower citizens by bypassing censorship, providing a platform for voices to be heard and information to be shared freely. They enable the dissemination of uncensored news and facilitate the organization of movements for change. A child residing in a remote village, far from the bustling centers of education, can now access a world of knowledge and learn directly from a professor located across the globe, breaking down barriers to education and fostering a more equitable world. These remarkable connections, this global tapestry of communication, are the enduring legacy of visionary pioneers like Arthur C. Clarke, who dared to dream of a future where satellites would unite humanity. Sputnik, the first artificial satellite to orbit the Earth, a pivotal moment that ignited the space race and ushered in a new era of technological innovation. And Telstar, the groundbreaking communication satellite that transmitted the first transatlantic television signal, forever changing the way we connect and communicate across vast distances. Satellites overcome the limitations of physical separation, ensuring that even in the most isolated corners of the world, no one is truly alone, providing a vital link to the global community and offering a sense of belonging. Of course, this unprecedented level of global connectivity also brings with it a unique set of challenges that we must address thoughtfully and proactively. The spread of misinformation, the erosion of privacy in the digital age, and the potential for cultural clashes are all significant concerns that demand our attention and careful consideration. But despite these challenges, the potential for good that satellites offer is immense, holding the key to unlocking a future of unprecedented collaboration and progress. A planet-wide community, interconnected and informed, is better equipped to face the pressing global challenges that threaten our collective well-being, from climate change to poverty and disease. Satellites are far more than just technological marvels. They represent a fundamental shift in the way we perceive ourselves and our place in the world. They are the very backbone of empathy and unity, fostering a sense of shared humanity that transcends borders and cultures, connecting us through shared experiences and common goals. On this pale blue dot, suspended in the vastness of space, we are all inextricably connected, sharing a common destiny and a responsibility to care for our planet and each other. And it is thanks to those seemingly insignificant tin cans in the sky, silently orbiting above us, that this connection is made possible, bridging the gaps and uniting us as one global community.